One thing my grandma told me, and I woke up when she told me this because grandma's got some advice. She's also cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but she's got some really good advice.
I need her on the podcast.
Yeah, we should. She said to me, do not let men pick you anymore. You pick the man, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I don't care. But that advice goes for anybody. Stop letting people pick you. And that's how you decide who you're going to go for. You pick the person and then you pursue them. Because I used to just pick anybody who came by. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll go on a date with you because you asked. I've never been interested in you. I've known you for 10 years. Yeah. Sure, I'll go on a date. Like, why? Hey. Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you know I'm talking to. It's Thursday. That means we're back, baby. Straight Candid is back. Welcome back to Straight Candid Podcast, where we take pride in saying the wrong thing, drinking too much caffeine, and talking too fast. Here at Straight Candid, we're unfiltered, no edits, deletes. Oh, can I start over?
It was so good. It's okay. Keep going.
I messed up.
No
Here
edits.
at Straight Candid, we have unfiltered, no edits, deletes, or drag and drops. Just two Minneapolis girls who hit record and keep it candid. Let's get into it.
Has to start over. I'm like, no.
I go, come on, let me.
We don't edit. Keep it going.
I was like, shit. The only time we can start over usually is like within the first like 30 seconds.
Dude,
and we're like,
that was the beginning of that I really liked though.
Thank you. You want to know when I thought of it?
When?
I was laying in bed the other night and I was sleeping and me sleeping. Not actually. It's like me half working, half sleeping. I'm like a bear, like could be half awake, but I was like, God, what would be a good intro? Oh my God. Like, whispering.
Yeah, I really liked that.
Ooh, ASMR.
Really liked that.
Thank you.
Speaking of no edits and drags and drops, Marcus is our producer today. Marcus, would you mind turning up my microphone a little bit?
Are you like, can you please I can't hear myself and I need to hear myself.
All I hear is Sid's voice blasting in my ears.
It's because I make out with the mic. I know it is a little loud for me actually. Can you turn mine down just a tad? Thank you. Perfect.
Oh, wow. We're golden.
Can I just address really quickly that I'm wearing my work outfit? That's why I look so spick and span. That's why I look so serious.
You do look spick and span.
I had to go to the office today. I'm wearing my pointy toe shoes. Dude, I had my pea coat on.
First of all, this is a look. Like, you shouldn't have to apologize or just tell everyone about it or validate it. It's fucking cute.
Oh my God, thank you.
I'm wearing not a work outfit. I'm literally wearing an NSYNC t-shirt.
Wait, the best part is, dude, can you name 3 songs of theirs?
Nope.
You're one of them.
Yeah,
You're one of the girls.
Sing me something though.
I had nothing.
Yes. Yeah,
bye.
Yeah, I can sing the songs for sure.
Isn't it called Bye?
I
could probably name 2, maybe.
Is that NSYNC or Backstreet? No, I can't even start. Oh fuck!
Don't dig a hole. Don't.
I also want to address the fact that it's fucking cold in Sid's house because
sorry.
I walk in, all the windows are open because she had just been farting up.
No, see, what are you doing? What? I was not.
Guys, I won't lie. I made that up. I
was like, what the hell? I mean, yeah, sure. If I was farting a lot, I'd probably open the windows. But honey, I needed some fresh air. Okay. God dang.
Just being funny.
Sister, my
also,
Lord.
The only thing I can think about right now, you want to know something?
Yes.
So I was trying to be here on time, right? And because I'm always late to everything. So I'm trying to get ready really fast for this episode. And has this happened to you? You drop like one of those makeup palettes on the floor.
Yes.
And it crumbled all over my bathroom floor. And I looked down and I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to have time. Like, I'll just leave.
Did you leave it?
And I left it. So I'm going to go back to my house and have to vacuum that shit up.
Are you stressed right now?
Yeah.
I usually, when you try to wipe it up too, you take a napkin and you wipe it and it's like
smears.
literally highlighter all over the floor and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Or you do the mascara. Have you ever poked your eye with the mascara and then literally your eye's watering and you're like this and you have to run out the door because you're already late?
Mm-hmm.
I love makeup so
Stupid
much.
as shit.
So guess what, everybody? Let's see. So today's Thursday when you're hearing this. So in 3 days, I should say, June 5th, you're going to have a chance to come to our fitness class. It's at KLASS Uptown. So if you're in the Minneapolis area, come to our workout. It's going to be a freaking blast. 10:30 a.m. Sign up in our link in our bio. It's under the class. I can't say that because it's like K-class, 2 words. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a blast. We play fucking, hits like you can twerk to it, honey. We bring that freaking tude. Bring your little workout. All fitness levels welcome. Get your booty in here.
You can twerk to it, honey.
That was my
favorite part. Good job.
You can twerk to it, honey. Oh my God. Now I'm like replaying myself in my head.
We already had one class, workout class, and it was so fun, you guys. So please come again if you did last time and sign up. So we'll see you there.
Tell your friends, bring your friends. Let's get it. Also, how was your Memorial Day weekend?
Fucking awesome.
Mine was too. I'm not going to tell you about it though.
Okay. You guys, can we just be candid?
Yeah, we'll be totally
Fuck,
candid.
that was so weird. I didn't know you were going to say that like that. So we're recording.
I wanted to get you off.
We're
guard.
recording before Memorial Weekend just because we wanted to have like a, Memorial Monday. We wanted to give everyone that's associated with this Straight Candid podcast a little break.
A little time off. We've been freaking grinding like nobody's business. We need a little time, but by now, if you're hearing this within your ears, you've already had your Memorial Day weekend. You've already partied on the boat. You've already been camping. You've already gone on a bike ride. You've done all the things. But Bud Light Seltzer, iced tea, and Bud Light Seltzer lemonade are the perfect combination for summer, as we always tell you, because they are, dude. I hope you were sipping on those, mixing and matching all the flavors of the iced tea and the lemonades. Or fuck it, just drink a lemonade. Who cares? Make that an Arnold Palmer. Do it. It's alcoholic. It's fun. Drink responsibly, obviously, though. I feel like I have to throw that in there. But if I were thinking about what I'm going to do for Memorial Day, which I would have already done by now, I would say I probably, I was going to say, I probably went on the lake. I probably brought iced tea and lemonades. I probably drank a little more than necessary. Shared them with my friends, jumped in the water, wake surfed. I'm a freak about wake surfing, by the way. You know this, but like, we're going to get you on the board and you're going to be wake surfing all summer.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you also invite Sophie this weekend?
I was going to say, I did invite Sophie, and Sophie did arrive, and she was there.
If perhaps Sophie were to come on this Memorial Weekend, what day would that be?
That would be and would have been Saturday.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys, remember you can get all the different flavors of Bud Light Seltzer delivered at budlight.com/delivery or pick it up at your local convenience store, grocery store, or liquor store. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
All right, moving on. Right along, we got our Straight Candid moments of the week.
Yes,
for what you got for me.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Or you want me to go first?
Oh, you go first, because I've been talking a lot.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Why are we talking like that all of a sudden? Okay, my Straight Candid moment, we kind of mentioned this at the beginning. Before we recorded, we were like, okay, let's just pretend we're not exhausted and being overworked and struggling this week. Let's just pretend. Here we go. Hype yourself up. But yeah, I'll be completely honest. I am burnt the fuck out.
Do you see the bags under my eyes right now?
They're
actually pretty intense.
I mean, you still look very good, but
help.
Yeah, I mean, I also just got the COVID shot, the second one
yesterday.
yesterday.
And you had it bad, the second one.
Dude, I was sweating.
I poked her arm and she was like, yeah. And I was like, what?
It's still
forgot that you got it. I was like, geez.
Yeah. It was a rough second day, but I mean, just in general, like we've just been working a lot with this podcast, our jobs, like a lot of things are going on. And I find myself overwhelmed. And when I'm overwhelmed, I also find myself isolating a lot, which is not good for me.
I know.
But I isolate because I need to get shit done. And it feels like my friends, I feel like I'm letting friends go because I'm not texting back. Or so if you text me in the past week, I'm sorry, I will respond soon. But that's just honestly me being honest with this Straight Candid moment this week, because holy shit, it's just
that's tough though.
It's just been a lot.
Give yourself a break though. I mean, what I always remember is you have to take a step back. What's actually important? Am I overdoing it right now? Am I pushing myself way too hard? Probably.
Yeah.
Because if you break it down, you actually think about what matters in life.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter if you get that shit done or not. Do you know what I mean? I know that's bad. I mean,
yeah.
Do your shit, but
you know
what I'm
but
saying.
Then it also helps me feel less anxious when I get it done.
Yeah, true.
So
You're a list guy.
I don't know. I have to find a balance though, for sure.
And you will.
Yeah.
Give yourself some grace.
Mm-hmm. And my other Straight Candid moment is
what? You're already giggling. You haven't even said it.
My butthole is cut.
Wait, what? I read this BO is what it says. And so I was like, oh, she had body odor. She's a stanky little bitch. I was like, what?
Well, it's
Your
funny.
Your butthole is cut?
Because I put BO because it stood for burnt out. But it could also stand for butthole.
BO, body odor.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No,
what do you mean it's cut?
My BO is doing fine. My butthole's cut because
what do you mean?
It's been a while since I've groomed and I decided, it's time to really get down and dirty. So, you know how every girl has a certain tactic of shaving their booty hole?
Everybody does. Get your leg up.
Get the leg up. Yes, that's what I do.
But don't slip because...
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't slip or anything. It's just I think I went a little more lateral than you know,
longitudinal.
Yes. So it just sliced a little bit and it fucking hurt. I think it's so funny though that
You're
every
like
girl.
sensitive. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm like, well, it like doesn't hurt right away, and you're like, oh, did I get my period?
You're like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was bad.
What a mess.
What a mess.
Trying to clean yourself up, trying to be cute, all the way back to the crack, which nobody sees. Like
all the way back to the crack.
Don't even, or apparently, according to episode 3 with Chris, but people do see it.
Well, according to episode 3 with Chris, he said no, but according to the comments on TikTok,
that's right. He said no.
The TikTok men said that apparently they do see the booty hole.
TikTok men
hair.
Is it true?
I think so.
Do you see the booty hole hair?
I honestly think TikTok men are very, very honest.
They would say that they have been very honest. They like to leave comments. They like to keep it real. As we say, they're keeping it candid, but it can be intense. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
They're
buddy.
a very, very honest demographic there. But okay, so moving on from that, what you got for me?
All I have to say is any haters out there, I know for a fact you live in your mom's basement, so suck it. All right, anyway. Okay, let's look. So I actually found out that Herbalife shakes, you know, I love them. I love them. They're tasty. They've got a bunch of freaking flavors.
I fucking love them.
I've pooped like 6 times today. It makes me so ill. It makes my stomach just like I feel sick. And
And here she is, you guys. I show up to her house and now she's sipping right now. Why are you still fucking drinking it?
Because it's good and it's not done and it cost me like $10.
Will you give me a sip?
Sure. Here. God.
Every time she gets one of these, I'm like, can I have some?
I have to set things far away from her, like on the other side of me if like we're hanging out.
Oh, wow.
Because then otherwise she'll drink it or eat it. And I'm like, dude, every time she comes to my house, she's looking at my cabinets, looking at my bowls. And I'm like, I can't leave her in the kitchen because otherwise she'll eat my dinner for the next day.
I appreciate you leaving me a little, she tries to leave me little sweets out though.
I do though. I do leave a little bowl out for her. Okay, my other straight candy moment, because it relates to this episode, exes, relationships, breakups, even though this one isn't about currents. I thought I was going to break up with Jordan because he was driving me fucking insane. Like I was having a PMS, I realized, but let's just get into it. So
you didn't think you were actually going to break up. You were just very
dramatic,
upset and being dramatic. Okay.
Yeah. And I was annoyed because I thought he was nitpicking me. So basically the other night, from what I understood, he texted me and he said, hey, let's go to Target and do like a little chill night on Friday. That's our date night. Okay, cool. So it's Wednesday night. I'm like hanging out, or excuse me, it was Tuesday because I taught my fitness class. I'm done. I'm like, hey, babe. He's like, what are you up to? I'm like, I'm going on a walk with Corey. Like, I'm chilling. I'm going to meet up with Soph and whatever, do this thing that we have to work on. And he's like, he literally didn't respond. And then he was like, all right, question mark. And I was like, geez.
Oh, all right.
I'm like, you're sassy as fuck. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, is there something wrong? And he's like, well, I don't know. It just is a little irritating. And I'm like, I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm like, you're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to put, control on me. I'm like, don't get the fuck out of here. And
I wish you guys could see her. She did a little like snap and like a head nod. And she said, you ain't going to control me.
My eyebrow for sure was raised, honey bunches of oats. But so then I didn't text him back. I go over there way late, like 10:30. And I get there. I'm like, are you going to be irritated all night? And he's like, babe, he goes, you need to relax. He goes, why did you like just ditch? And I go, what are you talking about? I'm like, we have date night plans on Friday. I go, I'm allowed to do whatever I want, Jordan. I can go do whatever I want with my friends, being over the top, because I was. He's like, babe, my text said Wednesday night we're going to have Target and hang out and have a date. I blew him off. I had no fucking idea. I blew him off the whole entire night. And you know what? I'm in the middle of this and I'm like, no, your text did not. I read your text and I liked the text and I know for a fact. I go back and look and it says Wednesday. So I literally just blew my boyfriend off like he was like a date I didn't want to go on. And I felt, and it's so awkward because you're already so deep in like being angry at them and you've been holding this grudge all night. You're like, don't be sassy to me. Like, I'm going to go over there and show him who's boss. Like, whatever.
And he
was so sad. And I felt so bad. I like teared up. I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. I read it wrong. I didn't realize it. And then you feel like a douchebag because you're like, I just blew off my boyfriend. That's bad.
And you had to accept the mistake and be like, you were right.
And I had to calm down because I was fired up and ready to fight.
Oh my God.
Oh, I felt bad.
Oh,
anyway,
Jordan.
I know. I feel bad. I want to hug him.
You're making up for it tomorrow though, aren't you?
Yeah, we're having a date. Yeah.
Cute.
Oh, anyway, so that's my straight candid moment.
Wow.
Make sure you read between the lines, people, because I have a hard time doing that. And I move a little too fast and whoopsie.
You know what? We're admitting it. That's the first step.
That's the first step. I don't know.
But speaking of, I know you weren't actually going to break up with Jordan.
I was not.
You're not.
I'm not going to lie.
But we do want to actually talk about breakups today.
All the breakups. The exes. The good, the bad, the probably mostly bad, but exes and breakups. Yep. Oh, baby.
And sometimes good, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it depends.
Yeah, because sometimes you're just so free after, and you realize what you had is not what you deserve, and boom, here you are.
God.
So, right?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about our breakup history and like anything that we have learned from it, what we felt,
Love
the
it.
good and the bad.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about like my history because I think I've only had probably 4 serious boyfriends in my life, when 2 of them were like high school.
Do you like relate if it's a long-term like fling or thing?
Yes.
As a boyfriend or like a breakup?
Sorry, say that again.
Like if you had a long-term fling, but you'd never like actually talked about the title, which is probably an issue that's far between, you know what I mean? Like whatever, at this point, you've already been together for 7 months.
Yeah.
That's technically a breakup kind of.
Yeah. Good question, because I relate all the guys that I used to see as in like we were more than just friends. We'd go on dates. We were, sexually active. I count them as exes.
Yeah.
But I don't count it as a breakup we didn't ever put a label on it.
Okay.
But if I like see them like at the bar or something, I'm like, oh my God, that's my ex.
That's what I do too.
But
yeah.
But
like, when did you date? I'm like, well, we did.
I was like, well, I dated him. Like, we weren't official, but I dated him.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess when I say exes, that means that's who I'm categorizing as my ex. But in terms of like the labels that I've had on, I've probably only had 3 or 4 serious relationships.
Yep.
And I did the breakup for most of them. There was one where I got broken up with.
Really?
And that's the one that I still kind of hold on to and that I still fucking think about. And I don't know if that's because that's the only experience I've really ever had with like getting my heart broken. Yeah. And now I know how women or whoever you are who got broken up with, how they feel, because I used to think it was like, I'm like, get over it. It's not that, you're like it's not that fucking hard. Just move on. Like, you'll find someone better. Put your mind off it. Don't think about it. Yeah. I love that one. But once it happened to me, I did kind of understand. And what's funny, it was a little more of a delayed reaction that first time, because I was sad at first. Like, I think I had a day, not even like a day where
what do you mean? Like, like a full day where you were upset?
Where I was upset, called my mom crying. And then I was like, oh, back to me. Love my life, having fun. And then about a year later, I missed him, so it was very delayed. That's interesting. Right? That it came in that long after. And I think it's because I realized that he was a good guy and like I just kept meeting assholes. So you kind of, so all the bad guys brought up in this like, oh my God, you always relate back to that one that you have the memories with who was like a good guy, so to speak, but obviously not the best guy or the one for you if you're broken up. Yep. Can you walk me through like right before the breakup and then the breakup? Yeah. Sorry to like resurface. This is hard to talk about. It's not hard to talk about. We have a fucking podcast. I'll talk about whatever. I know. I guess he had it was a long distance type of relationship and he just didn't want to put in the effort, he said. And I was like, well, I want someone to put in the effort. So it was kind of like me then getting mad at him. I never really had a dramatic end to a relationship. Okay. So that's kind of me wrapped up in a little bunch there, but I want to hear from you quick too. Well, okay. So I've had, I've probably had 3 long-term serious boyfriends. I don't talk about Jordan's just not in this because he's not an ex, nor have we broken up. So, the first one, I was way too young to be dating. I was in 7th grade, and it was really traumatizing. Wait, you count your 7th grade as it was long enough. It was long enough. How long? It was like 2.5 years. Holy shit! Yeah, we dated into high school, and it was honestly. I should just tell this story because it's fucking funny. I wasn't allowed to have a Facebook. So I made a Facebook because obviously I'm going to like break the rules. Yeah. And the only way. If you can't do it, you're going to do it. You say no, I'm going to say, yeah, right. I decided it was a really good idea to make a Facebook with my boyfriend's last name because I was like, oh, that way my parents won't find me. People thought we were married in the 8th grade because I was Sydney, and I'm not going to use the real last name, Johnson, on Facebook. And people were like, oh my God, Sydney Johnson. People thought my real name was Sydney Johnson. And I was like either the sibling of my boyfriend or married to him. Yeah. I had a fake last name on my Facebook too, but that's even better. The fact that it was your boyfriend's last name. People literally would like call me that for years. Like 2 years ago, I had to like sit some of my friends down and be like, not sit them down, but I brought it up again. And I was like, sit them down. Yeah, under the bright light. No, but I had to be like, genuinely, like it was funny, but I wanted to drop because that relationship was pretty bad and it ended badly. And it was dramatic and it was toxic and there were bad things about it. That one actually, all of a sudden, so I'll just quick do like the reasons why we broke up. That one in particular, I
all of a sudden it clicked in my head that he was fucking psychotic. No, for real. Like I realized he's controlling. He's manipulative. He calls me names. He's emotionally abusive. I just, all of a sudden, I don't even know how to tell you. I just woke up one day and I was like, whoa, holy shit.
And you were really young.
Yeah, I was young.
You probably like hit that maturity level where all of a sudden you were like, you could kind of think for yourself a little bit more. And you're like, oh shit, this guy's insane.
It could have even been a movie that I was watching that was like how the guy was actually treating her. And I was like, holy shit. So I said, we're over. I literally texted him. I go, we're over. And I blocked him on everything. And he showed up to my school and he showed up to my house. And he made, I think it was 25 at the time, fake accounts across like Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, trying to get in contact with me. It was psychotic. So long story short, that one didn't end very well.
Has he ever tried to reach out in the past like year?
Mm-hmm. Oh God. Just trying to say, hey.
Still wants to.
Good fucking Lord. Okay. Next one, I was dating an older guy and some of these things, I'm like, if I say these things, it's going to give away exactly who they are.
I know. That's why I'm
trying to be careful.
Mine, everyone's going to know who I'm talking about.
I know. That's, yeah. Okay. Well, this guy, we broke up in the middle and he broke up with me after I told him I loved him. Just I can laugh about now, but literally I was like heartbroken. It was so sad, and I was a single all summer. Like, told him I loved him. I think I panicked though. I think I could feel him moving away, so I was like, I love you.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? No, I'm not ready for that. Left my house. We broke up.
What a response.
But I will say I was heartbroken. But all summer I acted like a boss bitch because I was like, young. We were starting to drink. We were having fun. Whatever.
Hot girl summer, young, and he came crawling back. And I still liked him a lot. We did it again. It was not great. We ended up breaking up. And leading up to the breakup, his mom was really mean to me because I wasn't giving him enough attention. He was at college. I was in high school. Okay, mom.
Exactly. So but here's all these weird red flags that are popping up. Just weird things. So anyway, that one ended. This final one, I've spoke about it before. If you're new here, I went to ASU, followed a guy there. Long story short, I was really homesick, left to go see my best friend Angela, who's also my roommate, and come back. And these girls were bragging about how they had cheated on my boyfriend, my boyfriend had cheated on me with them. Like, sorry, I'm like, what circle am I trying to say here? And I asked him to see his laptop, the whole thing, and he had conveniently deleted all the text messages. Need I say more? So that one ended. That one was the hardest one. That was definitely my heartbreak that lingered for a really long time.
Wow.
Those are my breakups.
Yeah. And that last one, I feel like you learned a lot, and there's still something about like it's hard to say, but I feel like that was your real first true love.
I agree.
And there's something about that real first true love that you always hold on to. Like, no matter who you are, if you're listening, like, you remember that first true love. And
everybody does.
Yeah. And just know that that's normal to still kind of think about them here and there. And,
there was a piece of advice that somebody wrote in.
Yeah.
Because I love this. People were writing in. We asked them, what's the biggest piece of breakup advice that you have? And one of the people said, he wrote in and goes, it's okay to love someone, but not be in love with someone.
I love that.
And I was like, oh my God. It's like
dude wrote that.
Dude wrote it in. And I was like, oh.
What a good guy. Like that a lot.
DM Sophie. No.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Just kidding.
But speaking of people writing in this breakup thing, I just want to validate everyone else that thinks they had a bad breakup. I did screenshot a few of the really good ones besides some of the. So I'm just going to quick read through them.
Okay.
So this was a response to your breakup story. Saw the guy I was seeing at the state fair with someone else.
Oh.
My ex, who is in the NFL, cheated on me with his cousin. And apparently said,
I know this
story.
one. Yeah. Oh, you guys, if we ever have her on, she's got to tell that freaking chain of events because holy.
With the cousin?
Can I say how she found out?
Yeah.
She was looking at his computer to mail something because she had to like print something. Yeah. And in his email, he had naked photos of his cousin. Yep.
Oh my God.
Horrifying.
Okay, so just letting you guys know your feelings are valid. Okay.
Scary.
He got mad. I wanted to see my newborn nephew because I was choosing my nephew over him. My fiance turned into a black tar heroin addict. My family didn't know until after I ended it.
Horrible.
This is the best one. not that crazy, but my ex started dating my actual twin sister.
No.
Homie had a type.
That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh my God, I would kill someone if they dated my sister. Just my sister.
Same.
Let
but
alone
think
my
of your
twin.
Broke up with my then BF of 4 years on our trip to Bali to date my old boss, twice my age.
Oh, savage.
Hell yeah.
You go, girl.
Told me he loved me at 9 a.m. and broke up with me over FaceTime by the afternoon.
That has to be a middle school one.
Right.
That has to be. Like,
Yeah.
how many times we're like, we play the 20 question game. Do you like me? Yeah. Do you love me? Yeah. Do you want to break up? Like,
You get down to question 1. Should we break up? Yeah. Or like, here's your Valentine's Day gift. And then at lunch, we're over.
I hate it. You guys, I don't like Valentine's Day. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marcus is shaking his head. He's like, I don't like it either. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's so much like, it's the 13th. Now tomorrow's the 14th. Like, you going to get me candy? How about a teddy bear? Like,
Candy.
gross. I don't want any of that.
And I do feel like guys feel like they have to perform too.
I agree.
And I feel bad, but I also expect it. You
I
know?
know. That's so true. Because if I'd be like, I don't need anything. I don't want anything. You don't give me flowers. I'm like, what?
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. He did the little laugh.
You did talk about tips for a breakup, and some people wrote stuff in. Just tips to get over a breakup, maybe.
Yeah.
So someone said something like, don't isolate, and reconnect with old friends. So make the women or the guys, if you're a dude, make your friends in your life your priority.
Yes.
And I really liked that because not isolating is so important. And I should say that to myself right now. Sophie, don't isolate, go do things. But I thought that was a really good tip. My other biggest tip for you guys to get over a breakup is to cut off all your hair.
Wait, what?
To shave it. Just shave it all off.
What are you saying? Okay, Brittany, what the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. Haven't you seen that all over TikTok? Girls just shaving their heads.
No. What the fuck? You literally said it. I go, I like stop what I'm doing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Don't tell people to shave their head.
I don't know. I just wanted to say it. Don't actually do that though.
I look over, just shave it. Shave it. You had your like little face on. Okay, I got some tips. Well, first of all, this person says, stop letting anyone besides you define who you are.
Yes.
Literally what you are not. Like if someone came at you and was like, you just weren't committed, you just weren't this, you're not enough of this, like you are enough. You're just, they've got insecurities that they're deflecting, and that's gross, but that's usually why there's breakups in the first place.
Yeah, good point.
Because people are deflecting.
Yeah.
And it's hard to know that in the moment. But this person, I liked what they said. They said 3 max days of mourning, because those are the days you're allowed, like, go back in your memories, look at those photos, cry it out. Just be like unstable. Like I'm telling you, it's okay to like crack a little bit. But after
you
that,
need that isolation for those 3 days, fine. But
after
past?
that,
No.
get your shit together, Carol. Grab your workout bag, go to the gym. I know it's going to be tough. It feels like you're groggy. It feels like you've been crying and you couldn't sleep. You got to start putting yourself back at being first, making yourself back at that level that you want to be at. Like you can't just sink in your hole and stay in your hole. It's not sustainable at all. This person says fuck their friends as a tip.
Well,
I wouldn't do it, but you know what? Teach your own. So I'll leave that there. This one also says remove them from your life completely. No social media or contact at all. And this is one I wanted to talk about just a little bit because I think it goes into what we wanted to speak to.
yeah.
So
do we want to talk about it? Can I say a few more tips quick? And then we can talk about social media. Also, I think I was going to say what helped you get over some of your breakups. And I remember you mentioning, I believe it was like one of our beginning episodes, but you were saying, throw yourself into your career, your passions. Like you said, eat healthy, go to the gym, like start making yourself feel good. Self-care, self-prioritize, meet up with those old friends. And then another big tip that I want to say is don't date the next person that you see. And you just have to figure out, do you want someone or do you want anyone? Like if there's a void missing and you feel it every single time with a significant other,
that's good. That's
just
really
make
good.
sure you're finding that intention behind it, because I just feel like some people jump into things really fast just because they're feeling a void that they feel uncomfortable by themselves.
Yep.
Use that time for your breakup to find yourself, your identity, who you are, what you like, and feel comfortable being single.
I could not agree more. That's very well put. it's really hard to be on your own all of a sudden where you feel like you don't have somebody to lean on. But if you fill that void, like Sophie says, you're going to feel broken every single time you lose somebody, and you'll never learn that you're enough alone.
Yeah.
And that's tough. And I've been there and I've filled that void before, but I promise you by filling that void, you will not be your best self in that relationship. And therefore you will likely end it.
Yeah.
One thing my grandma told me, and I woke up when she told me this, because grandma's got some advice. She's also cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but she's got some really good advice.
I need her on the podcast.
Yeah, we should. She said to me, do not let men pick you anymore. You pick the man, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I don't care. But that advice goes for anybody. Stop letting people pick you, and that's how you decide who you're going to go for. You pick the person, and then you pursue them. Because I used to just pick anybody who came by. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll go on a date with you because you asked. I've never been interested in you. I've known you for 10 years. Yeah. Sure, I'll go on a date. Like, why? Why am I doing this? Think to yourself, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I want to try to get myself out there or what? What are you going to say?
Because we're both people pleasers.
Yep.
And if we get a random message and someone asks on a date, you almost feel bad saying no, even though you're maybe not even attracted to them, or maybe you don't
and there's no obligation.
And there's no obligation. Yeah. Oh my God, I feel you on that one. But
it's just,
you gotta, like, I love that piece of advice. Grandma Kaye.
Grandma knows best, yeah.
Grandma Kaye. Thanks, Grandma Kaye.
Grandma Ray, but
Grandma Ray.
whatever, it's the same thing.
Grandma Ray?
That side, yeah.
Ray and Kaye? Wait, that's cute.
It's my fam.
It's my fam. Okay, sorry, back to the social media stuff. I think that was good. So read that piece of advice that she said one more time.
She said, remove them from your life completely. No social media or contact at all. And this one says block them right after it.
Do you agree with this? What are your thoughts?
I would say when I've let relationships trickle in and out of my life for a long period of time, I've never been able to get over the person, and it's lingered for way too long, even when I knew in my conscience that I shouldn't be with them and it should not be continuing. Blocking them, not really necessary. I think it causes unnecessary tension down the road, in my opinion. But I will say you need to cut off complete communication. My guesstimate of how long would be 3 to 5 months. Yeah. If you want to move on and you genuinely know that this person is not for you anymore, and you genuinely know that it's done.
And it's really hard to stay away from the social media if maybe they're not blocked. So if you feel comfortable blocking them and you want to just even message them and be like, hey, I just want to let you know that it's not that I don't care about you or that I have ill feelings for you, but I need this time to heal, take care of yourself, and focus on my self-care. I just want to let you know I'm going to be removing you off social media. It doesn't have anything to do with how much I still care about you, but I just have to do it to heal. So even like just say something. But what I found helpful too is you don't have to block. Like for me, my biggest culprit is when I'm going through Instagram stories. Yeah. And people are posting on their Instagram stories. So if I have an ex that I recently had a thing with, I cannot fucking help but click on the
Oh my God,
highlight.
I know. It's so tempting.
So I have some tips. You can now mute people on Instagram, which is nice. Been there, done that. Still have a lot of people muted.
Yep.
You're not blocking them. It just mutes them from having their stories pull up.
They don't auto-populate on the top.
Also, it pisses me off when people post something that they want their exes to see, and then they're probably scrolling through who viewed their story, waiting to see their ex's name on the list. Like, hi, look at my new girlfriend. It just irks me.
It irks the
I'm
crap
gonna
out of me.
fucking mute you so you know I don't see your shit. And then there's another way to do it without muting them even. You know when you click on stories, and if you hold the story before their story, so the screen is paused, it's called peeking. You can slide your finger over and peek them.
Oh, yeah, and they don't see that you looked at it.
And peek half of the story, and you won't see the full thing. Don't go all the way. Don't let your finger go, or else it'll show that you saw it. And then
that's tricky.
And then just peek right on back.
Oh, that's tricky.
Right? So if you really still want to see it, that's the way
If you want to see like a little bit.
If you want to just take a little peek.
Speaking of stories and social media, I do want to say this. Don't be that guy that posts on your story after a breakup and you're hurting and be all like flirty and like over the top and like have your selfies on your story like 6 in a row. Like
everyone knows what you're doing.
Everybody knows what you're doing, and it looks not very good. And I know that's annoying to hear, but it's like, as long as you're tooting your own horn, you're having fun with it, and you're having fun with your girlfriends, go for it. I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying when you're purposely thinking like and pulling old photos to put on your story, you know who you are and you know you're doing it. And like you're like, oh, here's a bikini picture from summer, Miss Summer. And you're like, we know you just broke up with your boyfriend. Like this, I know you're tooting your horn. You should be. You look fucking good. That's awesome. But don't seek attention when you have broken up with somebody, because it's not gonna fill the void, and it does not look good.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I disagree.
Why?
I thought you were talking about like, I was thinking of a guy like going out to the bars and making sure he's posting pictures with girls at the bars.
Well, that's
at
one
first
of them.
I'm like, hell yeah,
That's
don't
one of
fucking
them.
do that. But there's something about a girl that like after a breakup, it is like, I'm out in the world and here's my bikini body that I worked for. Here you go. I don't know.
It's not like that. I'm not saying like don't do
Okay.
that, because that's awesome if you're going on vacation. But some like girls, like let's say the guy like already posted the bar and he's like, yeah, like hanging out with my like this chick, like, and he posts a picture of it.
Yeah.
And then she goes and looks through her phone. She's like, fuck, oh my God, he just posted that.
Oh,
I gotta
okay,
find,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
oh, here's a bikini picture of me, or here's a picture of me and my other guy friend from college.
Yeah.
Miss you. And like does like 4 in a row. You're like, it just looks like you're trying to grab attention. And I promise you don't need that attention. You don't need to compete. You don't need to compete. It starts a bad habit.
And that's the importance, is what's the intention behind it. So
Yeah,
he probably posted that picture of the girl to make you jealous.
Yep.
You're posting that to make him jealous. But if you genuinely want to post a picture of you looking bomb because you're now single, do it.
Do that. No shit. Show your booty cheek.
Yeah. If it's not for some sort of competition mentality type of thing.
It's the
right?
mentality
Yeah.
piece. It's just like the need for attention. It's not a good habit, and it shouldn't be milked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just it'll end up hurting you in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
God.
pay attention to your intention behind it. I
feel like I've been through so many breakups. I'm like, I
Yeah.
feel like an old lady preaching to the choir. Like, let me tell you this, honey. Sit down, sonny.
Sit down. You're really good at talking about relationship stuff. Like
I like talking
The
about
reason
it.
why we want to talk about this topic too is because we were on a walk the other day.
Yep.
And whenever me and Sid have a conversation, I'm like, can we just put a fucking mic on
know.
this? It's so difficult. But speaking of exes, so you've had a good amount of exes. You were
Yes.
saying. What if we dive into the topic of sex with the ex?
I'm scared. Shocker. Whoa.
So we asked our Instagram followers
Yep.
as well about sex with the ex. And
Let me read the percentage too.
yeah. I wanted to talk about sex with the ex because honestly, we all know it's good. We do.
I mean, it's not bad. Well, I'll say that. So we asked the listeners, is it okay to be friends with your ex? They said, 64% yes, which is crazy, I think. And 36% said no, which I think is awesome.
We had a few replies for that too, saying it really depends. And I think that is true with the friends thing.
Where's the one I'm looking for?
Next
Thoughts?
one?
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, where'd it go? I moved it. I was backwards. So one person writes elite.
That kills me.
Another person says, I'd rather fuck a cactus.
Sex with the ex, I'd rather fuck a cactus.
This one says, make sure he makes you a sandwich after. I'm like, oh my God, these people are savage.
I love that one.
I love that.
Make sure he makes you a sandwich after.
This one says major mistake and absolutely not. It's interesting how it can go one way or the other.
Another one says you can't get over him if you're under him.
Oh.
My other favorite, always hot, always dysfunctional.
Oh my God.
If you're on the same page, you trust them, go for it. Communication is key.
This is my favorite one. Grandfathered into the body count. Fuck it. Go for it.
Wait a second.
I mean, they're part of the body count already. What's one more time?
My mind is blown, but also this is why I always go back to the same people. And that's why I say oh yeah, I'll go, sex with the ex or sex with a ex. I just, that is fucking
It doesn't
good.
affect your body count when that actually mattered. But guess what? It never actually mattered. So
it doesn't, your body count doesn't matter, but I do it because of STD reasons and things like that,
they could be carrying though,
Yep.
just FYI.
Someone said, okay, sex with the ex. Ew, no, it's like taking a shower and then putting your dirty underwear back on.
Oh, ew. Okay, first of all, that to me gives me anxiety. That I'm such a germaphobe.
That's what she's saying. She's like, why would you go back?
Oh my God.
Depends. Feelings? Hell no. Just to get a fix and maintain the body count? Why not?
Okay, let's see.
These are
Every
good.
time I have, it's been horrible. Can never get over the awkwardness or something. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are some of our listeners' thoughts. And I think sex with the ex, like we said, yes, it's good. Some people are saying elite even. But to be honest, you might be scratching the itch, but will it delay your healing process? So what gets messy with sex with the ex is usually one person still has feelings.
Of course. I mean, there's a reason you're running back. Somebody is.
Yep. Usually one person still has feelings. One person is there just for the sex, and that you run the risk of delaying your healing process if you're the one who's still hoping that this sex is going to bring them back, or you're the one that's just there kind of using them for a crutch and to get your need of, your horniness taken care of.
I would say
messy.
Yeah, it just depends too. Mm-hmm. Do you want to finish that thought? Because I had an idea.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I just want to talk about why is sex with the ex good, but, and it's
tell me.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's because they know you and they know your body, they know your likes, they know your dislikes. There's not going to be an emotional connection because you're broken up with, so you can kind of get a little more kinky, a little more fun. You can
emotional connection.
Okay, true. You're right. The one person might have emotional connection.
One of them, right?
Yeah.
One to the other.
But it's also, I don't know. I think it's a fun time to kind of try new things, and they've already seen you at your worst, so you can wake up and not worry about what you're looking like.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I just think I do think it's a very special experience.
I know. I'm trying to think. I've done it once. I'll admit to that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have no problem admitting to that, but I've done it once with an ex, and to me, I was joking, it wasn't very good because I felt like I had tried to go back to a point that wasn't there anymore. Yeah. We're broken up. Mm-hmm. It's gone. It's done. I ended that. It should have been ended. It needed to be. Mm-hmm. And we were done, obviously. And I was just oh my God, I was craving that for so long. Yeah. That was it. And now I'm back to this weird place. I almost felt guilty which is weird. Why would I feel guilty? I'm not dating anybody, at the time. And it was just a weird emptiness feeling of wow, that we had something and now it's nothing.
And some listeners felt that exact same way
exactly. It depends. It just depends on what position you're in.
And I think it depends on the situation too. Were you both kind of out maybe at a bar and you're both okay, let's just do the deed because we both want to get it done? Or were you wanted to get together and get coffee and things start to rekindle again? And it just really depends on the situation, but it's an awkward situation for sure.
I had a bar situation, and this guy this is not a boyfriend, this is a fling. Yeah. But we saw each other for a good, an ex, so because it was a good amount of time. And we were at the bar, and he's bad. He's bad news. I'll just put it that way. But he'd been kind of a player, and my friends absolutely despised him. And of course, I'm having a blast, finally not thinking about him. It's, oh my God, it's so much fun. And he comes around, he puts his arm around me, and he's literally almost 7 feet tall. He's just holding around my neck, and he's like, hey. And literally, I get butterflies because I'm oh my God, I missed him. Holy shit, it scared me almost. And then my friends are what the fuck are you doing here? Get away from her. Ripped his hand off me. And I'm
I kind of liked it.
I literally was thinking in my head, I'm oh, don't leave. That was sad. I'm oh my God. And he was please come back to me. Sweet talking the crap out of me. Took my purse, tried to take my phone, put it in his pocket, run away with it, the whole thing. And God damn it, my willpower was so freaking strong because I was about 2 tickles on the shoulder away from going home with him. I'm not kidding you.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Hell yes.
I didn't. And let me tell you, everyone is right when they say in the morning you will feel like a freaking queen if you don't go home with him, because I felt damn good, but
it is.
It was so
good
so
job.
Hard.
First of all, good job. And that there is something about seeing your ex out later, down the line.
When you're both single.
Yes, when you're both single and you just remembering the peak of your relationship. You remember this ideal relationship. You idealize it and remember only the good stuff that happened and not the reason why you broke
my God,
up.
yeah. You're never going to be when he called me this name or whatever, you're going to be remember when we cuddled in the morning and then we went and got breakfast at one time? Yeah. That was the best morning ever. Yeah. Hungover, but yeah. God, it's just you idealize everything.
Yeah, exactly.
The exes.
All right. Do we have anything else to say about exes, relationships, breakups, or should we move on to some straight candid stories?
The only thing I wanted to ask, because so many people were wondering this, is it okay to be friends with your ex?
Yeah. So
what's your opinion?
Okay. So we had 64% say yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it depends. I think it really, really does depend. Someone even said you can be friendly but not friends.
Okay.
And I really liked that.
I do actually like that.
I mean, like, for example, our old producer Andrew, like, I'm still friends with him because we work together. Like, of course, we're friendly, we're cordial. Sometimes I say, hey Marcus, will you come step in on this episode, because it's a little awkward to have him behind the mic
talking about breakups and exes when literally your breakup ex is sitting right there behind the camera. Help me.
Low-key, you can probably tell the episodes when Andrew's here, because I feel like I
have like a sweat bead that rolls down my my forehead, because I'm like, oh, she's talking about a boy that she went on a date on, and Andrew's looking at her. I don't know. I feel bad. I'm like, why do I feel bad? I'm out of it.
But he's
like,
but at the same time, like, Andrew and I, like, we've talked about this. It was a very like short-term thing, and we knew we were better friends, and we are very fine now. But anyways, so for that example, I do think you can be friends with your ex. To be honest, I'm still friends with all my exes, because I haven't had like a horrible breakup in terms of like cheating, or where I'm chucking, a glass jar at the wall when they walk out the door.
Ooh, like a movie.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, what the fuck?
A glass jar. Yeah. Pickles.
So yeah, I think it's fine. If I had a boyfriend who didn't want me to like go hang out with my exes, like, I totally get that.
It's weird, man. Yeah. I don't know. It just feels weird. At first I was like, oh, maybe it's harmless if you're getting like a coffee just to say hi.
Yeah.
I don't exactly agree with that anymore.
If it's a one-on-one setting, I don't think that's cool. But if you have a boyfriend, but if it's, yeah,
I'm not friends with my exes. I am friendly. Actually, I'm kind of friends with them. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't stay in their lives though by any means like that. There's only a few. Like, if I saw all of them, I would give them a hug.
Herbalife's getting
Sorry,
you.
yeah, I literally almost just puked. I had to put the camera over here. I did one of those.
I look over at mid-sentence and she's like,
I don't feel very good. Help me. My heartburn. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating.
But yes, I agree with you. Like,
Herbalife.
You can Herbalife. Get it here. But yeah, like in group settings, I think it would be fine. If your boyfriend is, if your boyfriend was with you.
It's weird. It's hard to be friends with an ex. I will say, if you dated more than anything more than like 6 months and you're like besties with your ex, or like, I'm dating someone and they're besties with their ex, like, no, dude. Yeah. That's weird. I can't. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I agree with you though. I like that.
Anywho.
All right, guys. Moving on to our listener straight Candid moments.
Oh, baby.
Here we go. All right. Welcome to our listeners' Straight Candid Moments, presented by Bud Light Seltzer, specifically the Seltzer Lemonade and Iced Tea Variety Pack. Every week, you guys write in and tell us your craziest stories that need to be shared. These moments are things that don't quite make sense when they happen, but when combined, they make a hell of a good story, just as the Bud Light Lemonade and Iced Tea Variety Seltzer will combine to make one hell of a drink.
Oh, baby.
And like today, I believe we have peach along with the lemonade. So it's going to be a good combination.
Yum.
So here we are sharing your experiences to make mistakes more laughable, moments more relatable, and candidness more common. So let's get into it. Straight Candid stories. Woo. Sid, I feel like you have a good one that someone wrote in that you want to share. Let's hear it.
Just as I jinxed myself, like 3 days ago, I said we don't have a Straight Candid moment, and this one comes in, okay?
We have two.
I have read this. You didn't read over it, did you?
No.
Okay. She's getting this on the fly.
I just saw the paragraph and I'm excited to hear it.
Here goes nothing. # Straight Candid moment. My parents are divorced and I'm not a huge fan of my stepmom. She is a flirt with all of my friends' dads and it makes me feel weird. My dad deserves the world and she just drives me insane trying to be my mom. Anyway, I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2 years, close to that. And when my dad married my stepmom, that's about the time that we started dating. We were fine, but we're laid back in our relationship. Everything is chill. I was on a trip visiting my friend in San Diego a few weeks ago when I checked my boyfriend's location because he wasn't responding. He was at my dad's house. I'm super confused because my dad is out of town for work and the only person there is my stepmom. No response for 2 hours. I was curious and I know they're close, but not that close. He finally responds 2 hours later and proceeds to lie about where he is, not realizing I'm looking right at his location. at my house.
Ew.
Me knowing that my dad is out of town for work per usual Monday to Thursday, should I be suspicious?
Yes.
Now that I think about it,
Yes.
she does always rub his back and is super attentive to him. Oh my God, I thought it said attractive. Am I being paranoid? Why else would he lie? Mind you, he has called her a MILF before. Help me.
No. I am disgusted. Yeah. You should be suspicious.
What the hell do you do though? Like, actually, what would you do? I'm uncomfortable. I read this one before. I had to think about how do you approach it? How do you fucking approach that?
And it's like I would say,
so uncomfortable.
There's one thing, like maybe he went over there to drop something off, but the fact that he lied about his location is what's really
throwing me for a loop.
What's throwing me for a loop and makes me think that he is doing something with a stepmom. Is this real? This is so nasty.
I feel bad for the girl, and also I responded, and we didn't get a response back, but I responded asking if she's still dating him because she said the trip was 2 weeks ago. Are you still dating him? Oh my God.
How can she prove it? I guess what I would do is somehow say you're out of town for one weekend and see if his location's there, and then I would pull up.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I literally be like, I gotta go. I'm going somewhere. I don't know, proof for that, and then just like stake out in the tree or something.
Go to your girlfriend's cabin and stay at her house, and then you guys can spend the weekend trying to get him caught.
But also, if someone's making you feel that weird, and a liar is a liar is a liar is a liar.
Yeah.
Get the hell out. Stay the hell out.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
One of my boyfriends I broke up with because he lied about his location. And
wait, really?
Yeah. And he just didn't tell. I think at one point, I shared the location from his phone onto my phone. And
no, you did not.
And he never knew it was shared indefinitely. So I would use it all the fucking time. Trust
issues. Girl's a savage.
Trust issues.
Been there, done that.
And one time he told me he was at his cabin with his dad. And then I was like, he's not with his dad.
Oh, God.
So I texted his sister. And his sister was like, yeah, like he's home. Like we're making chai. And like, wait, are you at the house or at the cabin? She's like, house. I'm like, you're not with your dad at your cabin. You're
what a loser
at the cabin. I still don't know what happened, but I was like, I don't care. You lied to me.
That doesn't matter.
I was like,
at that point, it's liars.
So
that's
you could break up with him due to that, but if you really want to get him caught, maybe try the weekend thing.
My toxic self would say, go ahead and continue to dig, but my mature self would be like, get the hell out.
I would continue to dig too.
Yeah, I would.
It's not even toxic.
I'm horrible.
No, it's not even toxic. You want to have a bigger proof.
You want to have a reason so that you can tell yourself this is why I'm over him.
And you want to call it out.
No, good point.
Okay. Our next Straight Candid listener story. This is related to breakups, which is why I wanted to read it. So she goes, I was dating a guy for 6 months in college. He got mad at me because I didn't say I love you back to him when we were hammered before Spring Jam. This is funny. This is University of Minnesota. Spring Jam. So I went to the concert with girlfriends instead and ran into his ex. I said hey to her and she asked what I had going on the next weekend because they were having a party. Her and I were super cordial and friendly. And I told her I had a wedding that he and I would be there attending together. She looked at me like I had two heads.
Oh my God.
He and his ex, in quotations, had never broken up. Neither her or I had any idea, but he dated both of us at the U at the same time for a full 6 months. Laugh my ass off. We both blocked his number on the spot.
I'm stressed for your coordination abilities. What are you doing?
Yeah, at least do 2 different colleges if you're gonna date 2 people at the same time.
How could you be that sneaky? How could you be that sneaky?
He obviously wasn't, but 6 months, I mean, that's a
good amount of time. I'm sure he's met both the set of parents. Oh my God, but 6 months and he still hasn't posted anything on his social media.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Red flag.
Also, wouldn't your roommates know who you're hanging out with? And then word gets around, not in a weird way, but oh yeah, so-and-so was over the other night. They were hanging out. That's weird. The U is not small, but everyone knows everything. Everyone knows everyone and everyone knows everything is what I meant to say.
In the college scenario type thing. And I love that you guys John Tuckered him. You're just block.
Bye. See you. That's
God.
Great.
Wow, what a fun episode.
That was really fun.
I really liked that one. That was a good one.
And it's cozy in here now. Aren't
you? I know.
Cozy?
Now that I shut your windows and you stopped farting.
Hey. Watch yourself, dog.
Hey, you guys, thanks for coming. And thanks for listening. We are really happy to be here, and follow us at Straight Candid Podcast on Instagram.
I was about to say email us, but don't do that. I was like, that was an old habit. I was about to be like, email us, will ya? No, please don't.
I kind of panicked because you usually say the Instagram stuff, and I'm like,
you go happy today.
What the fuck am I saying?
You guys, exciting news though. YouTube, please go like, subscribe, rate, and do all the goodies, across the board. But on YouTube, we're going to probably start doing a little blogging. So
yeah, we want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please, if you haven't yet, it's almost like rating and reviewing for us. Go subscribe on YouTube.
If you can.
And when we say rate and review, if you're confused by that, all you got to do is go to Apple Podcast
Please.
app. You can't do it on Spotify. You have to go to Apple Podcasts.
I know.
Go figure it out. Go write us a little something and hit that 5 stars. And we really appreciate you guys. And so very grateful for you all.
Continue to send us moments. Continue to send us advice. Continue to send us opinions. We love to see it. We personally read it. We love to go through it. It's more fun to be engaged and know that people are listening and hearing what we're saying and want to say something. So we love you. Thanks to the Back Pocket Boys as they produce us. Marcus is here today. We love you, Marcus. And we will hear. Oh, wait, what? We will see. Nope, not even see. We'll talk to you next week.
Thursday.
Goodbye.
See you if you're Minneapolis based. See you at class on Saturday.
10:30.
Bye.
Bye. I go see you, hear you. I'll talk to you later.
Kiss you, vibe you, talk to you later.
Whoa. That ended up going really well.
That went really well.
That went really well. Was that fun, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yay.